Amos, the Story of an Old Dog and His Couch by Susan Seligson and Howie Schneider. Well, I think I messed up that last name. Amos is an old dog who lives on an old couch in an old house that used to be filled with activity. Once the kids were all grown up and had moved away, things were kind of quiet. Mr. and Mrs. Bobson went out a lot, but they never took Amos with them anymore. Where do they go? Amos wondered. If only I could go along, he thought. One day after the Bobsons had gone out, Amos was awakened by a large, persistent buzz. He hadn't caught a fly in years, but he decided to give it a try. Snap, 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 snap. He tried and finally went after it with his paw. Slam! He missed the fly, but had hit something else, for suddenly the couch moved. Amos hit the cushion again, and the cushion seemed to come alive. Couch seemed to come alive. He tried it again and again. Crash! Finally, he backed the couch up, very slowly, and guided it into place. Amos could not remember when he had been so tired or happy. The next morning, Amos could hardly wait for the Bobsons to leave. As soon as they were gone, he started up his couch and threw it into gear. He shot out the door just in time to spot the Bobsons pulling out of the driveway. So, he followed them. Right out into traffic. He managed to stay with them all the way to the supermarket. Probably gonna buy me some chicken, he thought, and he waited patiently for their return. He didn't mind waiting. He had plenty of company. And pretty soon the Bobsons were back. Amos started up his couch and followed the Bobsons out of the parking lot. Next, they stopped at a yard sale. Amos had to think fast. Say, that looks just like our couch, said Mr. Bobson. Oh, it couldn't be, said Mrs. Bobson. Our couch is home with Amos on it. Amos decided he had taken enough chances for one day, and when the Bobsons drove off on their next errand, he headed straight for home. When the Bobsons got back, they found Amos stretched out on his couch as usual, looking a bit more tired than usual. That night, they all had chicken, just as Amos knew they would. The next morning, Amos wasted no time. As soon as he heard the Bobsons start their motor, he started his, and was on his way. He followed them downtown, over the bridge, through the zoo, and past the playground. Amos began to grow tired and hungry, so he headed for home. On his way, he stopped to make a few friends. He stopped again to make a few more friends. And get some food, it looks like. And a few more. And suddenly, Amos realized it was getting late. Oh, I'd better hurry, he thought. But what Amos hadn't thought about, and what dog does think about such things, was rush hour traffic. It was bumper to bumper, or to couch to bumper. He would never get home before the Bobsons unless they were stuck in traffic too. But they weren't. Where on earth could he be? Amos! Amos? He hadn't touched his food. His toys were where they had always been, under his couch. But where was the couch? The Bobsons began to fear they might never see Amos again. But rush hour doesn't last forever. Amos! Amos needn't have worried. The Bobsons were just happy to see him again. So that's your secret, they said. From then on, Amos was the happiest dog in the world because the Bobsons took him everywhere they went. And every once in a while, Amos took them someplace too. Good night. I love you.